In 2011, 23% of auto collisions were involved with cell phones. This equates to 1.3 million crashes per year. Since then, the number has only risen. You are 3 times more likely to get in an accident if you are texting while driving, 2.8 times more likely if you are dialing your phone, 1.3 times more likely if you are talking or listening, and 1.4% times more likely if you are reaching for your phone. In 2011, 23% of kids aged 18 to 20 were involved in car crashes due to their cell phones. 77% of these kids believe that they can confidently text and drive, while 55% believe that texting and drive is fairly easy. This number might seem outrageous to you, but what is even more outrageous is that adults are beginning to text and drive also. 48% of young adults have admitted to answering a phone call while driving, 15% have admitted to answering a text while driving, and 27% have admitted to answering or receiving a text while driving. To gather even more information about texting and driving, I put a survey on my own personal Facebook asking these 10 questions. 1. What is your name? 2. How old are you? 3. Do you have a cell phone? 4. Have you ever answered a phone call while driving? 5. Have you ever used your cell phone to call someone while driving? 6. Have you ever sent a text while you were driving? 7. Have you ever used your maps while you were driving? 8. Have you ever used your cell phone while you were in the car with someone else? 9. Has someone else ever used the phone while you were in the car with them? And last but not least, 10. Have you ever been in an accident with someone who was using his or her cell phone? From the survey, I got 25 respondents. 4 of them were the average age range from 18 to 22. The rest of the 21 were aged 30 or older. These 21 people that were aged 30 or older all had admitted to calling someone while driving and even had admitted to texting someone while driving. I also plan to gather more information by interviewing 3 different age generations. The first age generation I'm going to interview is the youngest generation. His name is Tegan Kennedy and he's 13 years old. Although he cannot physically drive, he can answer all the questions about whether he saw someone text and drive, whether he saw someone calling and texting and driving, or if he saw someone using their maps while they were driving. The second generation I'm going to interview is the average generation, which is 18 to 22, and his name is Austin Schultes. He will be able to answer all the questions since he can legally drive and whether or not he texted and drove. The last generation I'm going to use is an older generation, and that person is Lori Kennedy. She is 49, and she will also be able to answer all the questions about whether she texted and drove. I hope to erase the stigma that only kids are texting and driving through this project, and I hope that these facts will show that the whole entire population is now using their phone to text and drive. What is your name?
Tegan,
How old are you, Tegan?
13.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever answered a phone call while driving?
No.
Have you ever used your cell phone to call someone while you were driving?
Nope.
Have you ever used your cell phone to text back while driving?
Nope.
Have you ever used the maps on your cell phone while driving?
No.
Have you ever been in the car with someone else and they started using their cell phone while driving?
Yes.
Have you ever been in an accident with someone who was using his or her cell phone?
No.
What is your name?
Austin Schultes.
How old are you?
22.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes.
Have you ever answered a phone call while driving?
Yes.
Have you ever used your cell phone to call someone while you were driving?
Yes.
Have you ever used your cell phone to text back while driving?
Yes.
Have you ever used the maps on your cell phone while driving?
Yes.
Have you ever used your cell phone while someone else was in the car with you?
Yes.
Have you ever been in the car with someone else and they started using their cell phone while
Yes.
driving? Have you ever been in a car accident with someone who is using his or her cell phone?
Yes.
What is your name?
Laurie Kennedy.
How old are you?
Really?
Yes.
49.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes.
Have you ever answered a phone call while you were driving?
Yes.
Have you ever used your cell phone to call someone while you were driving?
Yes.
Have you ever used your cell phone to text back while driving?
Only at a red light or stop sign, or maybe while I was driving slowly. Yes.
Have you ever used maps on your cell phone while driving?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever used your cell phone while someone else was in the car with you?
Yes.
Have you ever been in the car with someone else and they started
Yes.
using their cell phone while driving?
You.
Have you ever been in an accident with someone who was using his or her cell phone?
No.